We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. Cause Kristin knows blank.
Hi guys, it's another Kristin Knows Blank podcast episode. I have found another comedian friend to come on the show and talk to me about things that they're into when they're not doing comedy. Oh, and I'm so excited about my guest this week. Before we get to him, please take a second to like, follow, subscribe. If you've already done that, leave a comment. Oh, that would be super fun. Yeah, leave a comment and I will read them. And then it'll be really fun. Anyway, I'm Kristin. I'm the host of This Crazy Mess. Find me through my website, kristinkey.com. It's got my tour schedule on there so you can see where you can find me throughout the United States. Maybe I'll be playing your hometown or on a cruise ship near you. Because of my tour schedule, the podcast has gone from every week to once a month. So please tune in once a month. And who knows, maybe that will increase as time goes by. But with my tour schedule, that's what it is right now. Now, my comedian this week is a really funny comedian, but also a great actor. You might remember him from We Bought a Zoo or Gotham. He's got a new movie coming out very soon called Stealing Jokes. Hey, computer lady, play that interview with Dustin Ybarra.
Playing interview with Dustin Ybarra.
What's up, Dustin? Good to have you on.
What's up, Kristin? Welcome to my my bedroom over here. I have a green screen and a mirror.
That's where the magic happens. I don't know if that's how green screens work. If you face them in a mirror, I don't know what happens, but I like it. You got water back there by the bed. This is great. Yeah.
Yeah, I probably should have looked around first. This is actually clean. Today's one of those because I'm a little under the weather, so I'm like doing a big cleaning day, you know?
Yeah.
And
yeah.
I feel really accomplished. I had a nightstand that was all busted and I put it back together. So
we feel privileged. Privileged to be in your home today. I was trying to remember when we first met, and was it back in Texas?
Yeah, this was probably at Hyenas, you know?
Oh wow, that's just like a rowdy, just the Wild West of comedy back then.
Oh my God, yeah, dude. So many fights have happened at Hyenas. One of them happened while I was on stage.
Was that in a video that you have on Instagram?
That was at El Paso. That was at the comic
How many fights break out during your shows?
I don't know. I'm not even controversial either, you know? I talk about like McDonald's and things like that.
You better not.
Yeah, right.
Wow. No, we when Hyenas was that, and I've had another guest on that we also that mentioned Hyenas. I was like, that's the comedy club that had a brothel show.
Yeah.
While the comedy show was going on, there was like a burlesque show. While you're on stage next door, there's this like full burlesque show going on, and it got
a brothel show would have been
brothel show. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised at all. I don't know what happened after hours, but
yeah.
So did you grow up in Texas?
I grew up in Texas. I was born in San Antonio, and okay. I had my mom was a little bit crazy, you know. I had a lot of stepdads.
Okay.
So
okay.
I was in like Austin, and then I went to friggin' like Dangerfield, East Texas.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and then I ended up in Dallas.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why I started stand up and everything out there.
Okay, so because I grew up in Texas as well, that's definitely the heart of the Bible Belt.
I thought you were from Oklahoma.
My parents live in Oklahoma now. Okay. I was like raised until I was 10 or 11. I lived in Kansas, and then the formative years, like 11 to 24, we were in Texas.
What a big change, Kansas to Texas.
we thought because I went from Southwest Kansas, a town called Liberal, which was the opposite of what it was. And we went from Liberal, Kansas to Amarillo, Texas, and we thought it was the big city. Yeah.
Oh, you were in Amarillo?
Yeah. Yeah.
I went to Amarillo a few times. Is that where the Cadillac Ranch is?
It sure is.
That's so weird. I stopped there one time.
I've never done the touristy stuff. I should go back and do that when I go back.
Yeah, that was
different
awesome.
World. So did you grow up? Because it is very much Bible Belt country, and I know you're in California now. Were you? Did you grow up in a religious family?
Definitely, like hardcore. I was raised Jehovah's Witness, which is like super hardcore.
Oh, tell me all about it. We weren't allowed to go to your church. I want to hear all.
Oh no, I wasn't allowed to go to any churches. Like
me neither.
I went to a church separated. Like probably for the first time. I went to like I went to a wedding or something, and I was in a church, and I was so like creeped out, like, whoa, this is nuts, man. Just because like in Jehovah's Witness church, it's very plain inside, there's not a lot of stuff. There might be like a painting of like just like random paintings, but nothing like no like stained glass or anything like that, It's a bunch of bookshelves of books and stuff.
Like a
No
library.
windows.
No
Which I didn't
windows.
know.
Okay.
No
okay.
windows. Yeah, and I guess that freaks
Why?
people out. I don't know. I just know windows. It's
It's
so
like Vegas. Like, do they have clocks on the wall?
there were clocks. I knew there were clocks because I was looking like every friggin' 2 minutes, man. I
Yeah.
can't sit still. I think that did something to me, just having to sit down and be like, oh man. And I remember the church would like last for like on Sundays it was 2 hours. So it was like, oh my God, what do I do, man? Like,
Because you had like,
was,
did you have like Bible class? We had Bible class and then we had church. And so the Bible class was like an hour before church. And we went and did our Bible class. And then we went to church. And it was like the preacher, which was my dad. And then some singing and stuff. Yeah. And then we had to do that again Sunday night. So
whenever the preacher's your dad, do you feel like a little bit like you get to see the inner workings though? Like what the talk is gonna be about or whatever,
I mean, I don't want to like out my dad at all, but it's kind
Yeah.
of like if you like know a magician and you're like, this is like, I mean, that's about the closest I know. It's like if you work backstage with a magician and everybody's like,
Yeah.
oh my God, is your friend magic? And you're like, sure, they're magic. Yeah.
You saw him like practicing in front of the mirror and stuff. Like,
oh no, dad would wing it. Dad never ever practiced. He never wrote out a sermon.
oh, he would wing it? That's scary. I can't wing anything.
He's fine. He's like, it's the Bible.
Yeah, what are you gonna do?
I got this. I'll just talk about gays. Or no, I mean he didn't talk about gays a lot. But yeah, he would wing it, and it's like, but yeah, that was our whole life, was like 2 Sundays and a Wednesday, churchy church.
Oh, okay. Mine was a Sunday, Tuesday, Thursday.
Tuesday?
Tuesday.
Go into hell. Get out of here with your
No,
Tuesday
that was
church.
too much because it'd be like
What
the
on
only thing I liked about
Tuesday?
Tuesday is usually we would go to like there was this there was this HEB, the grocery store.
Yeah, I love HEB. Hey, what's up, HEB?
HEB, yeah. They would have Chinese food that was like half off after like 9 p.m. So we would get out and everyone from the church would go to get the Chinese food. And it was really good.
Okay. Is so Jehovah's Witness, all I know about them is that is this the knock on doors?
This is the knock on doors.
Okay.
Yeah, I would do that on Saturdays, and it's like you would knock on doors, and I remember I was a little fat kid in a suit,
Aww.
I would get a lot of suits. My mom would get me gifts like that were it's like she would get me like a briefcase or something, and it's like dude, give me like I want a Nintendo or some shit like that. I don't want a briefcase, man.
You need a briefcase for?
Yeah, I would have like a suit and stuff, and I would just go door to door, and it was like it was crazy. I remember like I would practice my little thing, and whenever you're a kid, people are like cooler. Like my older brother, he got it pretty bad. Like people would like unleash the dogs and stuff, and like they would just freak out. But when you're a kid, they're like, all right, I'll listen to your parents are making it.
You can practice your little joke. Yeah.
That's why I feel sorry, because Jehovah's Witness, that's one that gets made fun of a lot. Mormons probably the most.
Yeah.
But I always feel sorry for the kids, because it's like, if you're a kid, what are you gonna do, man? Like you're gonna take it, dude. Like there's nothing, like it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna quit my religion. I'm 11 years old.
Right. No, you don't. I mean, I guess that's a follow-up question for a second from now, is like the aftermath. But I want to know more about is it the one with the watchtower?
The watchtower, yeah.
The little pamphlet that you give. Yeah. What's in there? I think there was once when I was really hungover that I had a long conversation with Jehovah's Witness, but I was like really out of it. And so I was just being nice because I was like feeling shitty about myself. I was in my 20s, but I don't remember like what's the spiel? What's one of the bullet points?
Okay, so it's Bible based.
It's my religion as well. Yeah.
Yeah, just kind of like very literal with the Bible. One of the main things, I guess, is the the name Jehovah, because in some Bibles it'll say Lord instead.
Okay.
And like all those places with Lord, like Jehovah that's where the name was. And we're Jehovah's Witnesses. And I guess I don't like know too much about it.
So
I
was it
didn't
like a
pay lot
bad
of
thing to say
attention.
Lord instead of Jehovah? Was because our Bible, we were real mad at churches that had instrumental music, because in our New Testament, there was no instrumental music. So we were like, hey, there's no instrumental music mentioned, so you shouldn't have it, you jerks.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, we had a whole thing of like music,
Oh, going to hell with your church on Tuesdays. Yeah.
Oh yeah, and singing like and there was always someone who tried to that like was classically trained that would like try to like make their voice just and it's like,
Yeah.
all right,
Big
chill
fan.
out,
Big
man.
fan. Oh man, our friends. I think our churches would have been friends if they could have gotten over some of their differences, because
Oh, totally,
they
man.
sound kind of similar. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yours
I
sounds
mean,
like a good time.
well, you guys got to celebrate Christmas. We didn't celebrate any holidays because that's the other thing. It's very don't mix things. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
We didn't actually as a church. Christmas was considered, and this particular, I went to the Church of Christ, and they don't have like Christmas music at Christmas time in church. It's just any other day at church. However, like on a weird Tuesday in like October, July or something, the song leader will lead like one of the more Christian-based Christmas songs just to remind everybody.
That's so weird.
Celebrate Christmas in our hearts all the time. When you're singing Hark the Herald Angels Sing and it's like 4th of July, just because somebody wanted to make a point, you're like, okay, we get it.
Oh yeah. Oh,
But
speaking of 4th of July was another one too, where you can like
you can't celebrate 4th of July.
No, but it's weird. Like, okay, my mom. Like no holidays or anything like that.
Can you celebrate them at home, like privately, or is that like
no? It's like you just don't do it. You just don't sell. Like it would have like Thanksgiving, for example. We would like eat like you couldn't eat turkey. It was weird.
It's the one day you don't eat turkey because
exactly. So it'd be like we're gonna have like fish or like chicken, but no turkey, and it's like this doesn't make any sense. Like it's just turkey,
It's what the turkey means. What are you celebrating?
Exactly. Well, because God would see, like, it's like, oh, what day is it? Oh, are you eating turkey? And it's like be all like upset and stuff.
Do you know why? Like, what's the reasoning behind not celebrating holidays?
A lot of holidays come from like pagan beginnings and stuff.
Sure.
Which that's one thing I was like, all right, this is true. Like Christmas, that was like, I believe it was this. I'm probably very no. I think I've got this one. I think whenever
I won't grade you on it. I'm going to believe you no matter what you say.
Okay, yeah. The Grinch, he came in.
I worship him. He's a good God. I like that one.
There was some emperor of Rome who wanted the pagans to get along with the Christians or something, so they made it on the same day, which it was like the winter solstice.
Okay, that sounds familiar.
Yeah, so they were like, "Oh, you can't do that," and everything has like a pagan, like everything was like, "Whoa, pagans!" And it's so weird because you don't really run into a lot of pagans in life.
In the lesbian world, you do. I mean, you'd be surprised how many pagans that I run into. Yeah,
there are a lot of pagans.
I've crocheted so many Baphomet stuffed animals.
See that like a Baphomet.
You wouldn't like that, yeah.
Whoa, no.
I'm gonna send you one. I'm gonna send one to your mom. Oh, that's terrible. I won't do that.
Oh, she would freak out. Like it was like she's a kind of, and this is like a combination of Jehovah's Witness and just like South Bible Belt. She would burn things a lot, like there was a lot of burning of things. I remember my brother had this Pearl Jam t-shirt that like it had something. It was just like, cause that 90s grunge music, like all the cover art was very like, it did it looked a little demonic-y. She would burn it, toss it in the fire.
Just to be safe.
Yeah.
Although that's kind of dangerous, Mom,
Oh, it was crazy. Yeah. She was a little nutty. Like I remember she would whenever there was like problems in the house, like something going on, like her and her husband were fighting, or just my brother was fighting. It's like, what did you bring into this house? Did you bring anything from school? It's like, and then she would find a Pokemon card and be like, aha, this is what you did. Yeah, exactly.
Wow. Okay, that's a good. I gotta start doing that.
Pokemon cards, they're like worth money now too. And I remember I came home and she trashed them all. I was like, And it's like, I remember because it was like, here I was, this fat kid, no fucking friends because I couldn't hang out with people. And it's like, Pokemon were my thing. It's like, can I just have this? And it's like, no, you can't have that. Luckily, Star Wars, I got Star Wars, which even then she was a little bit like, oh, the Force, that sounds a little bit,
Yeah, that's kind of my religion now. So yeah.
It is. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I believe in that 100%. I'm like, sure, yeah, I'll go with it. Oh yeah, I'm glad you got away with Star Wars. That's good. And you were probably too old for Harry Potter. We're similar.
Oh, Harry Potter would have been done. Like I didn't. Yeah, that's like, I'll see things now that are like, oh, my mom would have never let me mess around. That's like straight up in your face. Like, hey, I'm Harry Potter. I'm a witch, man.
Right. And like, it's what's funny is most people that got into Harry Potter don't actually believe in witches. So Jehovah's Witness believe more in witches than the actual fans of the books.
Definitely. Yeah. Oh, definitely. But what I got from that was like that I think religion, like all religions, whatever it is, they kind of like they all try to like teach us like be a good person, basically, you know. And then some of them have like the things that are like really kooky, you know, and then they fight with each other. My little brother was into it like hardcore. Like he went to pretty much the headquarters of Jehovah's Witnesses, and he was it's called Bethel. It was in New York, so he was just up there, and he ended up being gay, and so that was like a one-way ticket out of there, you know. And now he's like totally like done. Like he parties, man, this guy.
Okay.
He's New York City gay, you know?
Okay. I was going to say, how long has he been out? How long has he been out of the church or whatever? Because same thing. I got asked to leave my church when I came out of the closet. And then I like spiraled for 15 years or so trying to figure out my place in the world without a church, you know? And I've eventually, you know.
Oh, yeah.
Eventually found my way. It's cool. Still gay.
Yeah.
Not a part of church crazy anymore, but yeah.
Because you get like also another thing that happens in this, like you'll get disfellowshipped.
That's what we called it. Yeah. Okay.
Really?
Our churches both agree on the same language for kicking somebody out of church for being gay. Awesome. Okay.
Yeah, exactly. Like the Scarlet Letter type thing, man. Oh, wouldn't it suck if you got disfellowship but also had COVID? So it was like a double, like people couldn't talk to you in the real world either.
He likes me. Yeah. That would suck to get disfellowship during COVID. That would be a double whammy.
Oh, that would be a tough one.
Yeah, that is the worst. But I was going to ask you, when did you part ways with the church? What's your like involvement in religion now?
Well, I was in high school, and I kind of just like I started doing stand up, you know, and stand up was on Tuesdays, like this open mic.
That's a church night.
That's a church night. Yeah, so I would go do my church and go. And I started missing it. But then also my mom was going through some stuff. So it's like, I feel like she kind of was like slacking. Yeah, I just kind of like didn't go. And I didn't get baptized either, which being baptized is like, you know, you're serious about this. And all my older brother did, my younger brother did, which is why he got disfellowship. But whenever you're not baptized, I can't really disfellowship you. So I just went off and did my own thing pretty much. I moved to New York and just did stand up. And you know, my mom and my little brother, they don't really talk that much. My mom is like, it's weird too, because she hates the gay thing more than like other, because I'll like tell her, I'm like, hey, how can you talk to me, but I'm sinning, you know, I'm quote unquote sinning just like him, you know, I'm having like premarital sex or whatever, I'm smoking weed and stuff. So it just, and then we get into these big arguments, and I've got a huge resentment against the whole religion, man.
It's difficult. It's difficult when you're, I guess they call it indoctrinated into a religion, you know, teasing out, you know, as a grown up, you're like, what do I believe now? Like, what do I really believe? And what was I just told to believe? And then what do I want to believe going forward? And like, when you tease that out and then like find, oh, I don't really believe that, or that's uncomfortable for me. And like, oh, okay. I like this part about like good people doing good things, you know? Yeah, like,
I like that part, you know, like Jehovah's Witnesses, they aren't racist, you know?
Well, that's nice.
Like, I remember, but I just couldn't get behind, like, you know.
Yeah. If the one thing you got, I mean, if you have a pro and con list and the pros is not racist and that's it. I mean,
not racist.
You're setting a pretty low bar. I know we grew up in Texas, but the bar is a little low. That is true.
Well, it was Texas, so it's like, all right, you know, they're not racist.
I don't know.
Why not Stone?
I haven't been God that long. Salt sounded good to me. It was the first thing I could think of.
Yeah, stop. paprika, you know?
It's
Like,
funny
oh,
though, when you're a kid, you never question it. You're like, yeah, Lot's wife turned to salt. Oh,
yeah.
shouldn't have done
That's
that.
why you don't turn around while you're
Yeah.
running from a bill. If God tells you don't turn around, you don't turn around. You're gonna end up pillar of salt, man.
That would be funny. Chili powder. Oh shit. Now she's a stew. Like so much is going on with that lady. Before we get to the second part of the show, I do have to ask you something I saw on your Instagram. When did you get a metal detector?
Oh, I like during the pandemic, maybe a little bit before it, but like, yeah, I just got into it.
Okay,
How
do you get into metal detecting? Because like as a kid, I'd see one in that catalog that you have every Christmas. I'm like, I want one, and my mom would be like, "Oh,
those catalogs look so cool." The guy's always like, he's in some like ancient Mayan ruins, like, oh, he's unearthed some like treasure chest.
yeah."
So I just like got it and just started like metal detecting, and it's pretty fun, you know. Like you find stuff sometimes. Sometimes a lot of the time it's like a bunch of crap, you know, like gum wrappers. It'll detect gum wrappers or like
that
condom
sucks.
wrappers.
That's fun.
Like, yeah, that's why you wear gloves, you know, because that's happened before. And it's like, no, or a lot of aluminum foil from people doing meth.
Wait,
or like
yeah.
freebasing.
All this treasure turns out to be just drug and sex paraphernalia.
Yeah. He's just looking at these party scenes, you know, like, oh man, these people had a good time here.
What's the coolest thing you've like found that's not a condom?
That's not, well, that's hard to say. No, I got this like bronze cross thing that had a bunch of like little like inscriptions in it and stuff, and it was like, it definitely wasn't old, but it was one of those things that you would like buy at Venice Beach, you know. And so that was really cool, and that was like my first time detecting too. So I was like, oh, this is what it's gonna be like forever, you know. And then I haven't found like anything cool.
Chasing that bronze cross high.
Yes, exactly, that bronze cross high, man. Just chasing it. 2 a.m. in the morning. I gotta get my fix, you know? I gotta get that.
It's time for
5 quick questions. 5 quick questions with Dustin Ybarra. All right, question number 1. You are offered 3 times the highest rate you've ever been paid to do comedy at a nudist resort naked. Do you do it?
In a nudist? Oh, no. Fuck no. Wait. I don't. What? Is there like recordings happening and stuff? Like, is it going to be televised?
No, it's just for you and the nudist. They're naked, you're doing a comedy show.
Are they good looking?
It's a nudist resort, so I'm kind of saying no. Probably.
Okay.
I mean,
I'll do it. If it's like a bunch of models and shit, then I'm like, no way, I'm not going to do this. They would all just, yeah. But yeah, if it's just a bunch of me's in the crowd, I'm like, okay, let's do it, you know?
I mean, have you ever seen Real Sex on HBO?
Yeah, like back in the day.
Yeah, that's the kind of people I think that frequent nudist resorts.
I know. And it's always like that British ass, you know? Have you ever seen like a sex scene with British?
Yeah,
like the sock suspenders.
That's what. Okay. So that's who your audience is.
Yeah, British ass. Yeah. Okay.
So you're in. Okay.
I'll do it.
Question number 2. You're metal detecting. You find a metal suitcase. Inside the metal suitcase is $10 million. How many people do you tell?
Oh, I would have to tell people. I would have to go to the authorities. I'm not gonna. That shit, like, they'll find it. You know. I have too much guilt too, and too much paranoia where I'd be like, I'm gonna get caught. You know. Wow. Some cartel is gonna show up. Like, they'd be asking, have you seen anyone metal detecting? Like, oh, there's that guy over there. He does. And then they would like come and find me.
Now like, you got a metal detector and like Gucci shoes. You're like, I didn't find anything.
Yeah. Maybe I would keep like a little bit and be like, oh, I can't believe I found $5 million. This is nuts.
Still pretty heavy. Yeah. It's like 5 million and a bunch of condom wrappers. It's weird. So weird. You are at a live national sporting event. Somebody didn't show up for their job. You have 0 time to prepare. Do you sing the national anthem or throw out the first pitch?
Definitely throw out the first pitch.
Cold. You're good?
Yeah, because people, that's the thing. If you mess up on a first pitch, it's like, oh, this guy, you know, it's like you mess up the national anthem, people will think you like stepped on a flag or something.
Okay.
They like freak out.
This is where it gets a little weird. You're kidnapped. And you're
Okay.
entered into a hot dog eating contest.
Oh,
to
I got
save
this.
your life, how many hot
Oh.
dogs could you eat?
And like, how much time do like just till I get full?
I think it's like, in my mind, because I made up the contest, there's a gunman and
Okay.
he's going to shoot the last person eating hot dogs. And
Oh
there's
my
a
God.
few of you lined up. So could
God.
you eat more hot dogs than the rest of people? And what number do you think that would be?
Wouldn't it be funny if he had a hot dog shaped gun too? That would be so silly. Yeah. I could eat a good amount of hot dogs. Yeah. I could definitely. But I would eat them. I wouldn't do that thing where they dip them in water. That's like so fucking gross to me.
You just eat it like a hot dog.
Yeah, I would just eat the hot dog. Instead of water, like if they had like ranch or like ketchup, I could do that. But like not like water. That always I can't like watch those hot dog eating contests because it's like just something about the dipping it in the water. I'm just like, oh God. Yes.
You think
come
okay,
on.
so like more than 10?
Yeah, definitely more than 10.
More than 15?
More than 15, yeah.
More than 25?
I'd be around the 25 mark.
Okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay. It's a good number. You have a shot at this. You have a shot at life. Last
Who are
question.
these people too that are like, we're gonna go to the hot dog eating contest? Like,
I mean, they did not think they were going to show up with a guy with a gun to his head. They're like, okay, this guy has more reason to win than just my pride. You know,
Oh, yeah.
like you're eating hot dogs for your life. They're eating hot dogs for a Nathan's hot dog t-shirt. I think you have more reason to win than they do. Okay. Last question. This one's also a little weird. I'm so sorry, but you've been kidnapped again.
Oh.
And you've been entered into a karaoke contest. To save your life, what song do you sing?
Oh, that one song, that Danzig song. The I don't mind to be around, but if you want to find hell with me.
Okay.
I remember I was drunk one night and sang that, and I did. I remember people thought they were like, dude, you're really good. And I was all cocky, like, hey, you know.
Excellent. I think you're going to live.
Yeah, that's nice.
Whatever that song's called. And now it's time for Rad Libs. So here's what happened. I've written a story and I left out some parts of speech. You give me those parts of speech together, we're going to make a hilarious story. Are you ready to play Rad Libs?
Let's do it.
Okay. I need a plural noun.
Hot dogs.
Yes. A noise.
A whisper.
An exclamation.
Jiminy Cricket.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah. A verb ending in ing.
Fasting.
Fasting. Excellent. Amount of time.
Let's do half an hour.
Exclamation of frustration.
Oh, shit.
A container.
Box.
Another plural noun.
Pine cones.
Body part.
Pinky.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, where is this going?
Someone famous.
Oh, Harry Styles.
Harry. Oh, yeah. Mode of transportation.
Harry Styles tour bus.
Yes. Article of clothing.
Bra.
Noun.
Turkey.
A verb ending in ing.
Hollering.
Food.
Weenie.
Excellent. A nationality.
Let's not get canceled, Dusty. No, just let's just do Mexican. I'm half Mexican. Let's
Yeah.
do it.
Oh, yeah. A hobby.
Metal detecting.
Mm-hmm. A dwelling.
Adobe.
A celebrity.
James Dean.
An occupation.
Locksmith.
And an adjective.
Super.
My friend, we have a story.
Yes.
A fantastic story just for you, written for you because of your metal detecting. It's called Buried Treasure. This is
Oh, yeah.
Buried Treasure. Oh. You'll never believe what happened to my friend Dustin last week. He was at the beach with his metal detector looking for hot dogs and other valuable metals. Suddenly, his metal detector started whispering. Dustin said, "Jiminy Crickets," and pulled out his trusty shovel and started fasting. He'd been digging for half an hour and was about to say, shit, and give up, when suddenly his shovel struck something solid. It was an old box, and it looked valuable. He opened the lid expecting to find jewels, gems, or other priceless pine cones. Instead, he found a treasure map. He couldn't believe his pinky. On a map was the location to Harry Styles' lost fortune.
Oh!
Dustin wasted no time. He stuffed the map into his bra and hopped on Harry Styles' tour bus up in the sunset. Okay. Whew. That was the last time we ever heard from Dustin. Some say he spent every last turkey in his pocket searching for that treasure and had to resort to hollering on street corners just to be able to afford weenies. Others say he got mixed up with a Mexican metal detecting gang. That actually doesn't sound that far-fetched.
Mexican metal detecting gang.
Not me, though.
That would be awesome.
I like to think he found that fortune and is living in a palatial adobe somewhere. Hope he's as rich as James Dean and is living like a locksmith. But wherever he is, I hope he's super.
Nice. Nice.
Well done, my friend. Well done. Well, tell the viewers and the listeners where they can find you online and what you got coming up. What's going on?
Google my name, Instagram, social media, all that stuff. I've got this movie, Stealing Jokes, coming out. It's really funny. It's got a bunch of comics in it, and it'll be out next year. We filmed it in Detroit. Aha Davis, Jeff Dye, Bill Burr does some cameos, and Al Madrigal, Andy Lederman. Just a really, really cool movie. I can't wait for you to see it.
That's amazing. I can't wait to see it. Guys, go online, go on all of Dustin Ybarra's social media, and also watch his clips. You are hilarious. You are so funny. So I hope you get at least 4 new fans out of this podcast.
I learned from you, Kristin.
Oh, shut up. Oh.
Interview complete. I've buried his keys in the sand so he'll have something exciting to find with his metal detector.
No, computer lady, that's not how we say goodbye. But thank you so much for coming on, Dustin. Thank you for being hilarious. You're wonderful. Guys, follow, friend, find him, and definitely watch his upcoming movie, Stealing Jokes. Thanks for listening, watching this podcast. Please follow me on all my social media, KristinKey.com. Like, follow, subscribe, leave a comment. And the next time I'll be bringing you another hilarious comedian. We'll chit chat. We'll play 5 quick questions. We'll do a rad lib, and then everybody can go home and have hot dogs. No, what is the deal with me and hot dogs today? Anyway, until next time. Bye.
We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna have a lot of fun. We're gonna talk to some people, gonna learn a lot of stuff. 'Cause Kristin knows